Aseel, full-time job, full-time mom, startup founder. Can you tell me a bit? We were talking before we started. Can you tell me a bit why you decided to start your own business and how you managed to find the time to do so?
Yeah, why I started because I see everyone ask me this question, how do you manage? The same things that you asked, like how do you manage to have a full-time job? How do you manage to be a full-time mom? How do you manage to stay fit? How do your kids do not eat sugar? How do your kids become active at 4 years and 6 years old? So all of these make me look, yeah, then it's not the norm. It's not like I'm doing like every mom is doing or every working mom is doing. It's like there's a formula that I'm doing and it's working and everyone is asking why. And it started from here actually. Like I just wanted to copy what my home is doing and people ask me about it and help them achieve the same, but at a population level rather than my home and my sister's home. So I train women around the world, and I've been doing that for the past 9 to 10 years. And most of them are working moms or just like or stay-at-home moms, but most of them are moms and or professional women, like in a workplace. Um, and they all have kind of the same chaotic day we have as moms and as working moms, but they don't have the time to exercise, and they don't and their kids don't do that unless they actually force them to do the exercise. So whenever I start training with them, we have a consultation session where they tell me about their challenges, what they do, what they want to achieve, and all of them they raise the same thing. I don't have time to do it. My kids are all around the place. I cannot do it. I'm like, no, but if your kids understand why you train, they will stop bothering you. They will actually stop copying you instead. And this is how you create a new generation that's healthy and active. And then I started looking around these things. How do you do it from people around me? All the clients that I teach are having the same issue. So it's not a UAE problem. It's not my community problem. It's a globally problem, right? Like the inactivity and the excuses you get just to be inactive is like just the norm thing. And if you are fit, this is the normal thing.
Mm. I mean, it sounds like you've figured this out a very long time ago, but now you're starting to I'm just wondering, like, what made you decide now to start something or to build something today, like a couple of months ago? Why not years ago, since you've been doing it for 10 years and you've been hearing the same thing over and over again?
Yeah. And this is a really nice question. And I'll be very honest and very transparent. I have so many ideas the past 10 years. What to do, how to do it, in a different way. Definitely technology back then wasn't like easy like today to do it, but I have like ideas that are relevant to that time. However, my community wasn't supporting me, and so I was very limited, right? So I'll give you an example. All of the people around me never started a business. I was never in a startup community. All of them, they believe in the security of the job, employed, and so on. So starting a new business, like, yeah, okay, just go and do it. It's like for them, it's not worth it. And then 2 years ago, I joined Ahoy, which is a technology infrastructure company. Ahoy, they have a nonprofit organization for startups. We do invest in startups as Ahoy. So I was having a lot of conversation with founders. I joined the 2469 community, which is a startup community, and they become my community change. And said, okay, then I can do it. This person did it, and this person did it, and I know that I can do it. But now I have the motivation to do it. And now I have the capability to do it, and the community to support. And they said, aha, so I will just take this step and see what happens. So
It
one
really,
extra layer of chaos to my life.
before we jump into the company, I want to ask you one thing. What was the turning point? At what stage did you say, okay, now I'm ready? Because you see these university students graduating, they want to start businesses. You have two kids, you have a job, you have a husband, you have a life, you're doing pretty well in life, but you still think, I still want to open this company. What was the thing that really pushed you over the fence? Like the last, because like you said, you were having all these ideas for years. What was the final straw that said, you know what? Now is the time. I'm gonna do it right now.
I was in that period in my life, like last year, where I felt that I'm not achieving anything in life. In my thought, right? Everyone around me says they see me like a super mom, superwoman in business. But me myself, I was reading a lot before I stopped reading. I used to do many stuff. I used to train people in person. I stopped doing that. I used to study and take certificates. I stopped that for the past year, and they said like I'm not achieving anything. I went into this kind of like a loop of I'm not worthy. I don't think I can do it. What I'm doing in my life. And then I said, okay, and then the community happens and that everything aligns. Like, okay, this is something that I want to achieve. Like literally, do you know that I enrolled to MBA program before doing that? Like I really wanted to do anything, to achieve something that I feel happy about it. Like it takes effort and achieve it. But I don't want MBA. Like I've never wanted an MBA certificate at all. But I enrolled that just for the achievement. Like I want to do something. And then I think, no, I wanted this business. I have the community. I have also Ahoy as a backup. So Ahoy invested in the startup from day one, from idea stage. They said, okay, we will invest in the tech. We'll develop the tech for you. So I have the support, knowledge. I've been in both markets, the tech and the health, for so long. And my idea is strong. And why not? So the turning point was is the lack of achievement that I felt, and it's all was driven by my feeling. Like I want to do something, and I did it.
So now talk to me about it. So how did you get started? So now you have this idea, you're convinced, people around you gave you the necessary support and the confidence to start. How did you start? What did you do? Like, how did you even come up with this business? Like, what's the action plan?
Okay, so coming up with the business idea. I know the goal. My ultimate goal is to make everyone moving. Like I literally want to see everyone moves. Not for our generation, Antoine. Like our generation is good. We'll grow up healthy. We'll have when we're 60, we don't want support. But if we do it in the right way, the younger generation will get inspired, and then you actually transfer the whole nation into an active nation. This is how it starts. By just um what do you call it, motivating our generation, the younger one will automatically grow in a healthy and active environment. So this is my goal, and I know my goal. And think, okay, how do we do it? So I started looking and studying things up in psychology, more things about the hormones that the fitness and activity creates, why people get hooked and motivated. And I started looking around my database and my clients, um, and thinking about this conversation and consultancy hours that I had. Same people that I always struggle to get them hooked to exercise. They come up, for example, for 2 months. I want to lose five kg. They come to me, program, we work together. She loses that 5 kg and she leaves for a year. Come back after a year and say, yeah, hey, I need two more, right? But it's never a lifestyle. This same person, she goes to jobs from 9 to 5. She hates the job, hates the people, hates to wake up every day, but she sticks to it 9 to 5 every day for years. And she works harder and harder to get that 1,000 dirhams increase in salary after like working herself like crazy. So there's a motivation thing. So this person can commit, but not to fitness. They committing to something that makes living for them. So it starts for me. I said, okay, then what if I pay them to exercise? But I pay them so they can never afford to stop. It's part of their income. So imagine today your salary is 15 dirhams, 15,000 dirhams, and I give you 1,000, 2,000 dirhams per month just for you to exercise. Will you accept me to take them again next month? Say, hey, you're not doing it, I'm going to take it. Will you accept if your manager promotes you and gives you 2,000 or 1,000 dirhams this month to take it next month? You say, hey, this month you didn't do well. No, it's either I give you a promotion or done. You're doing the hard work. So this is how we start building the model. The goal, and then how we achieve it, break it down to so many ideas, so many nights till 3 a.m. and 2 a.m. until I perfected the model as I see it right now. But it's not only the payment. So the model starts with the payment as a thought process, just to hook these people up, right? Like they to know um Same model as, yeah, you go to work, you exercise, but then it's more than only a payment. So that's why when I started digging into more of psychological reasons why people get hooked to stuff, why can we like change the behavior, psychology about behavioral changes, all of that. And I'm including all of these things in the platform to make it not only a fitness change, but positive behavior change to turn them into active people. So it's not a fitness platform. It's not just another app.
How much does the community aspect play a role in what you're building?
The community is everything. Like this is a huge part of what we do. The community. That's why we signed up about in a community app which is called Ubiquity. We're building our own community. We'll start to do events at smaller groups and bigger groups. For example, working moms, working dads, um, or stay-at-home moms, or bigger groups of thought leaders. Because community matters a lot. If you belong somewhere, you'll be accountable to that community later on, and you have to contribute in a way. Um, so community matters a lot. And this is, by the way, one of the psychological things that I figured out throughout like my readings and studying. That's why I said it's very important from day one to launch a community.
Mm. And so obviously it's a good idea. It's good for the mind, it's good for people. It makes business sense to me. Do you have any concerns? You're launching soon. What are you thinking about right now? What are
Oh,
the main points you're trying to tackle? Because obviously you're a person who thinks a lot, and I feel like you probably have something on your mind before launch, which is a huge milestone for you. So I'm wondering, what are these things you're really focusing on to make sure that the launch is successful?
listen, there was a when you launch a new startup and you are not a serial entrepreneur, like similar to my case, and it's very hard to go into the market and to get accepted from people. So, for example, and now I want to partner with different brands, right? Like different retail banks. Think about any race you have, we have in UAE. For example, Standard Chartered race or Dubai Run. Who sponsors these runs? Emirates, MBD, for example, Noon, My Dubai. Go to these same sponsors and say, hey, come to my app, encourage people to move, and help them to and like sponsor the challenge and this challenge X or Y. You struggle to get into the door because these people do not know you. Like, who is Velocity? Who are you? What do you do? Even if they believe so much in what we do, which many of them do actually believe, they're still like, yeah, I'm very hesitant because who are you? We don't know. So this is a main struggle, I think. I'm not sure if it's only for Velocity as Velocity or for any startup that do not have a name. The founder doesn't have a name in kind of like serial entrepreneur or exits before or so. But this is a huge thing.
But
Government
Sil,
endorsement.
just to push back on this, I usually look at the person behind the company, not just the company name. So if I see someone who's extremely fit and who's promoting this lifestyle to her kids and has been doing this for a decade, then I will trust the app that she is building. It gives you huge credibility. It's not just tied to velocity, it's tied to Aseel because
Yeah, that's why we have partnerships, Antoine. We do have partnerships already. We do have attraction already. I have 1,000 people on the waiting list from user perspective. But when I have, for example, 5 partnerships out of 200 people that I reach out to,
mm,
and you see these people like doubting what I'm building, which I get. Like they don't know me, they don't know. Even if I tell my story, even if they see the passion, everyone can see the passion when I talk, but they still want a validation. So these, for example, 5 partnerships that we're building, this can be a validation. But then later on, when the big brands come in, or you are not the first mover. There are other people who are the first movers. You were scared, but little players or smaller ones took that leap of faith with us. So, yeah,
are you mentally ready for what comes next?
You'll never be ready. Like I'm in the development phase and I'm on the MVP sprints, development sprints, and so on. And every time I'm not ready for it. But don't worry, like I can adapt easily. Like always my husband says, you have millions of plans in your head, and all of them like wired in a different way. So I'm fine with that.
Asil, it's rare that I feel this kind of fire and passion, and I will tell you that it's very energizing speaking to you because I feel your
Oh, thank you.
excitement. So now I'm even more curious about what it's going to look like and the effect you're going to have on the community, which I think is a great cause. So, Asil, thank you so much for doing this. I will be watching, and I wish you and Velocity the best.
Thank you so much, Antoine. Really enjoyed talking to you. You're such a calm person, though, compared to my energy, but that's really good. That's why I enjoyed the conversation because you're a good listener and you can actually ask the right question while I'm all over the place.
Thank you again.